guys, I'm Aquila.
I'm Amanda.
And welcome to Reality Dose.
So this week we're going to talk about playing stepmom. And Aquila, you should go first. You ever play mommy?
I've never played mom before, but I actually did date a guy who had 2 kids. I was involved in one life, but not the other. That was because of his circumstances and his relationship with his baby mom. However,
he had 2 kids.
2 kids with 2 separate moms.
So the relationship with one
mom wasn't active and the other one was, but she took full custody of one. However, I believe in the reason why, not that I believe, I didn't choose to be in his daughter's life because I knew like we wasn't longevity, and I knew.
Wait, did you know that from the beginning? It wasn't gonna last?
Well, once we went through a lot of stuff, and once I even found out about his daughter, I knew it wasn't going to work, and I knew once we broke up officially without each other, I knew I didn't want to like break his daughter's heart. She already didn't have her mom in her life,
So this was before you even met the daughter. You decided like the relationship is not gonna last. I'm gonna just stick with dating the dude.
I did, but then I tried to work on it. But once she was like a plus to why I knew it wasn't gonna work anyway, because I didn't even know about her.
You didn't know about her at all?
No, I don't want to go into that.
Oh, sorry, you didn't say that. Okay. Anyway, I played stepmom one time. I did. The only thing is that I really like kids, so I got attached like really quick. The child was the whole reason that I even started dating the dad, which is really messed up. But
it's complete opposite for me. Yeah. We have the same birthday, so it was like.
You and who had the same birthday?
His daughter.
Oh. So what does that mean? What do you mean opposite?
I didn't get excited to see her. Like it wasn't.
Oh my god.
It was
so messed up. Sorry, go ahead. I'm not
it's
trying
not
to
that
judge
I didn't
you.
get it. I tried to like have that connection, but I really didn't. Like she was already 5 or 6, so she was kind of like set in her ways already. Like you can't really just like jump in and become mom when
she's already like growing up.
Exactly.
You know what? When I dated this guy, we're gonna call him Alex. When I dated Alex, his son was only maybe almost 2. I don't even think he was 2 yet. And he couldn't even talk, so it was like so cute. Like I felt in love. Me and the guy kept constant contact, and I was like, oh, let me see your son. Like, and then he was like, do you only want to date me because I have a kid? I was like, well, no, of course not. But it was like complete takeover. Like I think that his son made me like his dad even more. Like if it wasn't for the son, I don't even think I would have looked at this dude twice. Like he was completely out of like what I was used to, and like I just was like, sure, I love you.
So you had the good version of it. See, I had the bad version of it. Like when we was together or in each other's lives, it made me not want to be with him because I looked at the way he was in his kid's life.
Yeah.
So I had like the negative part of it, like, and you had like the good. Oh, he take care of his kids. That's what I want in my future. Like I saw all the opposite. Like, oh, I would not raise my daughter like that. I would not do this. I would be more active in my kid's life. I won't be keeping my kid a secret. Like I didn't experience all that.
Oh, so he kept his kid a secret. See, the thing is that like I really don't want to put this person's info on blast. But
yeah, me neither. That's what I'm trying to like.
Yeah, you're trying to pick and choose what you want to say, but I don't care. I'm gonna say, listen, Alex had a lot of issues that I learned after I already fell in love with his son, and he had a lot of anger issues. He had just a lot of problems, and that was the reason ultimately like I stopped dating him. I mean, low key, he kind of ghosted me, but like. Sorry.
That's not funny.
I'm sorry. But anyway, that was a whole nother thing. And he made it seem like we were going to be a family. And like, then I saw a lot of his toxicity and I was like, oh, okay. But it was like a lot of drama on top of that. So you playing stepmom, like how do you think your experience overall was that? What that was?
I didn't play anything. It was literally if
But
she
dating
was
someone
there,
with kids.
if she was there, then okay, like, you know, she could go with us. I even took her to one of my friends who have a kid house, so we, you know, so they could play together. But
So you've met her.
I did her hair before. We went out, like I bought her stuff before. It's just, I don't believe in when somebody have kids, everybody that you date should meet your kids. It's not like we know for sure we're going to make, I'm not going to say I think negative, like we're going to automatically break up, but if it's no ring on my finger, it's no confirmation that we're going to be together years down. And I feel like everybody that your kid meet, it's like, that person left me, that person left me, that person left me. It's like a constant like trend with your kid. I feel like your kid should not meet everybody that you sleep with. That's just me. So I don't really believe in the whole playing mom or even stepdad unless you know for sure that that person's going to be in your life.
Okay, actually, I think that's a good point. Like, let's flip it. When we were kids, did your mom ever bring anyone into your life?
No, she did not. And that was the reason why. If my father was already not present and we already had that issue with my father not being there, she didn't want to bring in another guy like, oh, well, this is my daughter. No. My mother kept it, her own personal life was separate and mine was too.
Really?
Yeah.
From when you were a little kid, it was just you and your mom and like immediate family? No.
My only daddy roles was my uncles, and that was my mother's brothers.
Wow, that's really interesting. See, I have the opposite. My mom was married 2 times after my birth father, but I was so young in my mom's second marriage. Like, I don't remember a lot of it. And then when my stepdad came around, the person she's married to today, I think I was only like 4 or 5. Maybe I could be exaggerating, but I was very young, and he was like the main parent I ever remember. But other than that, like, I didn't know them until, I never met him until he really, like, moved into our house, like, into our home. My mom really didn't play that, like, oh, having dudes in and out. After she...
And I feel like, too, by you being a female as her daughter, it kind of make you don't want that image with your daughter neither, like, oh, well, mommy have this guy, because you're going to grow up and you're going to have that image. Well, my mom did it, so maybe this is okay. No, guys cannot run in and out your house.
Yeah. In
and out your bed, in and out your house. Like, I don't know. Let me shut up.
You know what, though? That's a good point, because I do know a lot of women today who, they'll date a person and then, oh, God, I even knew this girl where she dated a lot of guys, and her son is only, like, 3. And she'll like have her son spend the night at this person's house, and they only been dating like 3 or 4 months.
Your kid don't really know. Okay, well, who's daddy or who's mommy?
Who is this person? Who's that person? Like, you're sleeping with mommy in the bed. Like, is that daddy now? Like, and he has a very active father. So it's, I don't know. To me, I was just, when I seen that, I was like, ah. But that was already after I had dated Alex, quote unquote, and we had broke up like long after that. But do you feel like the kid being only, would you say she was 5? Do you feel like
she's a teenager now? Like, I mean, when I talk to him now, I still ask about her.
No, I know, but do you feel like her age had a lot to do with the fact that you didn't want to be like really around her like that?
No.
Well, I know you were around, but like, no.
If she was a newborn, I probably still wouldn't really want no parts.
Well, do you feel like your
unless
age,
like it was like years down, me and him already moved in together, so we already building a life, and then like you continue like to live your life with the kids. But it's like we lived in 2 separate houses, we lived 2 different lifestyles.
Well, how long were you dating?
A couple of years.
So a couple of years. You didn't live together.
We didn't live together, and we already had drama. I just think like with our situation, it didn't come off as okay, let you meet my child. It didn't come off like that. So right off the rip, it was like, you know, fuck you, fuck your kid type.
Oh my God.
And I'm just being honest. It's nothing towards her because I still have love for the little girl, and I really like, you know, like I want to see her grow up right. But me and him have this conversation now. Like he's still like before me, it was another girl. And then once me and him stopped dealing with, he went back to the other girl. So it's like, okay, now daddy not with her, daddy's with the other one. And then right after her, he started dealing with another girl. So now that girl met her. And then it's like now he lives with another girl in a whole nother state. So it's like I don't like that. Your
But that's
girl,
what I
your-
mean. If she was a newborn, she wouldn't remember any of that. So do you feel like her age took
Actually,
a huge part?
according to Google, they can't remember stuff once they're 2 or 3. Those are the years that they actually remember. Those years actually stick with you in the back of your head, and
Girl,
you
I
might
said
not know.
newborn.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, at that time, I would have known her if she was 2 or 3.
Oh, okay. So you
Or
feel
the
like
other
it was
female.
like even
Yeah, it's
more of
like,
a reason to just
no.
play back off. So would you ever like try this experience again, dating somebody with a child?
If I know for sure that I don't want my own kids. And I say that because,
Is that the only stipulation you have?
yeah, and I just don't want... I'm not against. Some people could be very, like, good step parents. And they could actually love your kids. But I feel like sometimes when they have another kid after that, that kid actually gets treated a little differently from the kid that was just, like, brought into, like, a marriage or something like that. And I don't want my kid to actually come second to nobody. So, like, if I have a kid, that's not our kid together. You already experienced, like, having your first kid. You already experienced, like, the birth of a child. So it's like, it would be everything brand new to me, but it's like, that's not ours together. I don't want that. I want, once I'm with somebody, I want that to be, like, our new beginning. Like, everything first. This is our first child. This is our first, you know, like, it could sound very selfish the way I'm saying it, but that's just me.
No, I think you have a really good point. You know what? I grew up with a step parent. I grew up with 2 step parents, my birth father's wife and then my mom's husband. And I did feel my birth father and his wife, they didn't have any kids until I think I was already almost like 7 until she had her first kid. And I always thought that, like, okay, this is a family. Like, I felt like really comfortable, this is a family. But then when I started to get a little bit older, like,
You see the way, like, once he got with the new wife, they treat that kid a little differently than they treat...
100%.
Yeah, because that's their kid together.
and she could say all she wants, like, I love all my kids the same. I 100% for a fact know that it is not like that. It is not like that at all. You could tell just the little things. They'll do the big things, like, they'll do them the same. Wear the same outfits, we'll take you all the same places, we'll buy you the same things, but the way that they treat their
And
kids
and
together,
interact with people, yeah.
yes, you can 100% tell the difference. There's, like, you can't fake that. You can't fake, like, parent love as much as you try. Once you have a kid that is 100% yours, like, and then you have someone else's kids, and it's like when they turn into teenagers, you don't want to deal with that. Like, you can definitely tell the difference. So I definitely agree with what you're saying. I don't have any kids yet, so when I do have kids, I want it to be with the person I'm married to, and I also want it to be their first child as well, just so we can experience those things together. So no, I don't think you're being selfish. So I think it's like a preference. You just want somebody who doesn't have kids.
I mean, well, my age, my age now, it's very hard to find somebody that's not that doesn't have kids. A lot of people start young in my generation. However, that's just my choice. I don't know.
It's a preference.
I just really can't see myself unless, like, I get with somebody and then their kid moms die.
Oh my
God. You know. So, you know, then it's new. So I don't know. It's very hard. And then I don't have time for baby
But then
mama
don't you
drama
feel
because
like
I will
you're-
smack your kid's mom. Like, I don't have time for that. It's like, once you're with somebody, I'm just thinking about the negative, and that could be a bad thing too, because I always think about all the negative parts. I feel like once we marry, if he's on child support now, it's my child support. You know what I mean?
Legality,
Because
that's not how that
even with the
works.
guy that I'm talking about, he got locked up, and what happened? I had to bail him out because that's who I was with. You know what I mean? So like now, your drama is my drama. And that wasn't even a kid that I'm talking about. That was another kid. So it's like,
Oh my God.
I just feel like it's like even like it come down to child support. So like now, like when we marry, it's like everything. It's a lot that you have to take on when you're taking on somebody else's kids.
So the only
And then it's
way
like,
that
what
you-
if the kid have the mom traits? And then it's like, what if the kid is still involved in a what if the kid's mom's still involved? And then it's like the mom is putting all the negativity, like, oh, your father did this, your father left me for her. So now the kid is looking at you sideways. It's just a lot that you have to take in.
That's a lot of animosity towards your step parent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my birth parents, like when I was growing up, they did a lot of that. Like my mom would leave a voicemail on my birth father's phone, and he will play the voicemail, like, look at what your mom did.
Exactly.
And then they would do like, I don't like that at all. I don't like pitting your kid against
But then that could also
parents.
go according to like co-parenting too. Some people really don't know how to do it.
Yes, co-parenting. If you do not know how, seek counseling. Like, please, co-parenting is very important. It's instrumental to raising your children. Like, if your relationship doesn't work, it has nothing to do with the relationship you have with a shared child. Like, seek therapy, my nigga. Like, anyway, back to that. So, you brought up baby mama drama. Let's say, hypothetically, you decide you want to date someone with a child. Person is very important to you. You love the kid to death. Has no, like, there's nothing negative in that relationship between.
I would want to build a relationship with the mom.
You would want to? What if she's totally opposed to it?
I'm not, and she has every right to.
I mean, I agree, but I'm just saying, like, how would you handle that?
Well, I would have a conversation with him first. See, I feel like that's all about communicating. Like, right from the beginning, if you already say you have a kid, I would feel like I would want to have that talk with him. Like, is it possible that I meet the mom? You know, because I know me, yeah.
Okay.
I know me personally, if I have a kid by somebody and we not together, I want to know who you're going to have in my kid's life. I want to know what kind of lifestyle they live. I want to know what kind of job, what kind of car, where they live at. That person could live in the worst ghetto there is, and then it's like, my kid is going to be subjected to that. I want to know, like, where they going to lay their head at. My kid going to be safe with you. Just because you drive and you say you got a car don't mean I like the way, you know.
In that car with you.
I think,
So you would want to communicate with significant other first, have a meetup with other parent before even meeting them.
And act like, is this okay? You know what I mean? Like, just like, okay, I don't eat meat, so if your kid is around me, you might not even want your kid to even eat the way that I eat.
Yeah.
You know, so it's stuff like that people don't even think of. Like, it's the smallest things that might tick off somebody. Like,
It's really interesting. So let's say you have a kid. You and your husband break up. They date someone else. How would you want, like, in best case scenario, like, how would you want that situation to play out? The same?
I want
communication.
Yeah, I want him to tell me, like, okay, Quilla, I'm interested, or I really think I'm falling for somebody else. I really think this person's going to be in my life. Are you okay with them meeting our child?
Do you have a time frame? Like, look, you have to be with this person for this amount of time. You have to be married. You have to be like.
You can't really say that, because some people can meet somebody within 6 months and they know that that's the person that they want to spend their life with. You could have somebody that meets somebody and they could date for 3 years, and then it's like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my kid already met them for 3 years, but then it still does not work. It's just like when they say, when you move in with somebody, you don't really know that person unless you actually with them. It could be, I don't know.
But that's what I mean. So do you want it to be like, oh, you guys have to be like married? You have to be going towards marriage?
No, I'm not going to say that. I just want to know, like, and I feel like the guys that I dealt with, that I'm even with, the guy that I dealt with and I'm willing to even have a kid with, I feel like he knows how to pick a woman and how to be around our kid. So, and it's all like how you trust the guy too, because if you already know, like, you dealing with somebody and they pattern a woman, like, bitch, okay, just don't even introduce me to her until you serious. Like, you know who you sleep with, and you know who you be with.
What if you don't like the person that they're dating? What are you gonna do? What if they marry this person? Your baby father now, your child's father, marries this person who you literally cannot fucking stand. What are you gonna do?
I could keep my distance.
Okay, but what about your child?
Okay, but then that goes back to the father. So if I still don't even trust my kid with the father.
But it's not about the father, it's about his wife.
It is. Because I don't really have to like you. I'm not sleeping with you. And I don't live with you. But long as my kid is treated with love and respect, I have no problem with that. I could not like a lot of people. I don't like some people that's like in my family that's married to somebody. I don't have to deal with you. Long as the person that I have love for that's out, that's connected with me, you treat with love and respect.
Let's say they're not treating your kid with love and respect.
So then I just gotta fuck you up and I gotta fuck my baby father up. So it's like, no.
But that's not gonna change the fact that they still have to spend quality time.
If the father respects my decision as a mother and know like, okay, well, she doesn't respect our kid, then they have their own problem.
So you don't think you should be involved in that?
But then that's when he needs to step in and say, okay, you need to treat my child this way. And if you're not willing to do that, then you could keep it moving too. Like,
see, I just don't feel like men have that capability of
that's
really,
certain men, like when it comes to their kids, I'm not gonna say men, I'm gonna say a real man. They know how to put their foot down.
Yeah.
You're not treating my kid with respect. You're not treating the mother of my child, who I once was with respect. You got to keep it pushing, and that's the same way, and vice versa. If it comes with a woman and the guy that he don't like, if he don't respect his kid, their kid, keep it moving. Your kid is your main priority. I don't give a fuck who you're dating or who you even think you're about to marry. Excuse my language.
6:55.
Anything else you want to add? You don't talk the whole 20 minutes.
I'm sorry. No.
No? Alright, guys. Well, we want to know your thoughts, questions, ideas.
And don't forget to like and subscribe. And please give us your honest opinion. You can find me on Instagram at Mush1988. You can find her on Instagram at
Amanda_GIGGZ. Please.
Thank you. Bye.